Brittney Carmichael here. People always ask me about, how did you change? How did you make it happen? How did you go from being 200 pounds to being where you are today? Which I don't even own a scale, so I couldn't tell you what the number is. I've stopped placing value on the number and the size. And the thing that allowed me to change was my willingness. It was my willingness to change. It was noticing that there was something about me that I didn't like anymore, or wasn't actually authentic or who I really am. So I say the first thing is willingness. You have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to go inside and look at your past, your patterns, everything that's going on in your life. You have to be willing to see through the pain. You have to be willing to feel the pain. The stuff in the past is already over. It's the past. You've already endured the hard part. Using time to reflect and go back and look at that isn't as hard as you think it is, but for some reason we shy against looking inside, turning within, looking at our fears directly in the face and saying, why are you here? Like, why are you even scared? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? I don't know. But whatever it is, are you willing to ask that fear, why are you here? What can I learn from you? No matter what it is, it's either already happened or it's an imaginary limitation or a block put on you. So how did I change? I became willing to witness my fear. I became willing to look it directly in the face. And I became willing to actually take the action that I knew I needed to take. I wanted to lose weight. Stop eating so much. Move your ass. You know what I mean? Like, we already know what to do. So whatever it is you're here to accomplish, whatever it is you are wanting to transform, ask yourself, what can I do to make this happen? And be willing to listen to the answer and be willing to face that fear head on. People ask, what's the magic pill? How do I do it? What's the secret? Well, the secret is you just have to decide what you want. Stop looking for other people to tell you what to do, how to do it, if you're good enough, if you're not. You're your own creator. Allow yourself to be, to create, to try, to fail. If you're not failing enough, you're not trying enough. You don't want to really change. You have to fail to learn what it is that maybe that lesson was in that failure. What is the lesson that came from that, so that when you apply it again the next time, you already know how to do it. You're a little bit stronger, you're a little bit wiser, you've practiced. That's really what it is. All life is a series of practice. We all came out of the womb equal. Some people learned bad habits from their parents. Some people learn good traits from their friends. You know what I mean? We're just a collection of experiences, habits that have been built. We pick them up from all over the place. But to be willing to change, you have to know what you're changing. You have to be willing to go inside and say, you know, what is it that is no longer positively serving me that I can let go of? And have courage to ask yourself. It's like we hear the question, but we cut ourselves off from really diving inside and allowing that answer to come up. And it feels like it's going to be this big, overwhelming, scary answer, but it's really not. It's really probably something very simple. But because you haven't asked and you haven't gotten intimate with yourself, you won't know. So first you have to decide what it is you want to change before you can change it. How will you even know what you're going to change if you don't know what it is that you're looking to transform? So transformation really boils down to being willing to witness your fear, being willing to change, being willing to transform. That's it. That's all you need is a willingness. You don't need to know how, why, whatever. I'm sure there's a reason, but the most important part is your willingness. If you open up and say, okay, I'm ready to let go, I'm ready to accept, like, that willingness is really the key fire starter in transformation. The second part is decision. Decide, what is it you want to transform? What is it that you want to bring forth? What is it that you want to let go of? So willingness meets decision meets transformation. Who do you want to become? And really the answer is your perfect self, and you're already that. So what is it that you can stop doing today that will allow your real, true self to come forward? Release the fear, the guilt, the anger, all of that stuff that is not really there. It's just an illusion, just a fear you've placed in your mind. Be willing to look at it, face it, look it right in the eyes, shine your light of awareness onto these projections, these limiting blocks, these limiting beliefs. Shine your light of awareness, notice it, and challenge yourself to find out where it came from. Who put it there? Was it you? Do you really believe that? Do you really believe in yourself beating yourself up every day? Or do you really love yourself? Have you really found that connection? And the only way that you can connect and love yourself is to know who you are, is to go within and to find those little bits and pieces of you that you've cut off, that you've blocked yourself from feeling. Because maybe there's a little bit of pain from the past. Feel that pain, move through it, and thank it, because it brought you to this point today. It is who you are. And without it, you wouldn't be here, not as wise as you are. And if you're sitting here right now watching me, then you're obviously alive, and that's enough. You've survived life, you've made it one step further, and it's because of your willingness to surrender to the moment, to accept what is, to allow yourself to choose love every time over fear. Every time you hear a negative voice come up, choose love. Find the positive benefit within each situation, and you're good to go. So, transformation doesn't come from a magic pill. Can't buy it at Target. It's just not possible. But what it does come from is your willingness to change, your willingness to surrender, and your ability to decide what it is you want to change or transform, what it is you want to bring forth. So I challenge you to take time tonight to get close and intimate with yourself. Dig deep, go inside and ask yourself, what is it that is limiting me from being my best self right now? What blocks have I placed on myself? And what blocks am I blaming others for placing on me? Because even then, you're still choosing to block and to limit. So I challenge yourself to go deep, go inside. It's infinite. It goes on forever. And allow yourself to explore who you really are and allow that to come through.